Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to Semantic and Pragmatic. Okay, today we're going to talk about the definition of politeness. And then one of the very famous in the politeness story based on the Brown and Lipinson in 1987. So what is politeness? So politeness is an expression of concern for the feeling of others. So, and then people can express concern in many ways, both linguistically and non-linguistically. So it is very important. First is the politeness expression concern for the feeling of other. It is the general definition of politeness based on the dictionary, based on the etymologies, and etc. Okay, later on we're going to see the definition based on the expert and then based on the theoretical model that the expert developed in conducting research about the politeness. And then, for example, apologizing for an assertion, opening a door for another, for example, inviting a new neighbor for cup of tea, using courtesy titles like sir and madam, and avoiding swear words are examples of polite behavior. So this is the example of the politeness. And then the apps before that we have talked about the politeness definition. So politeness is the expression concern for the feeling of others. Okay, this is the general definition of politeness. Okay, let me see here that politeness and linguistic politeness. So politeness describes behavior which is somewhat formal and distancing, where the intention is not the insult or impose. And then being polite means expressing respect toward the person you are talking and to avoid offending them. Okay, this is the mind, actually the mind function of politeness. Okay, respect toward a person and then avoiding offending them, offending people. Okay, respect and avoid offending. And then, but it also refers to behavior which expresses positive concern for others as well as non-imposing. Distancing behaviors. Linguistic politeness includes a broader definition which will draw on the research of government. Okay, you know, government is one of the expert actually in the politeness based on the story about the past. Okay, and Brown and Levinson. Politeness is defined as showing concern for people best. Okay, showing concern on people best. Okay, later on we are going to talk about what is best actually means. And then the term best is the technical term in this approach, and while it is based on the colloquial losing best and then saving best. In the linguistic context, it includes positive and negative best. Okay, this is based on the Brown-Levinson and then based also from government, because Brown-Levinson developed the government theoretical framework about the press. So, okay, this is the Brown-Levinson summary. In Brown-Levinson's book in 1987, that everybody has two kinds of press, positive and negative. Many speech acts are intrinsically threatening. Okay, and then people mostly wish to maintain trust, both speaker and hearer or interlocutor. And then so people perform speech act so as to redress the restraining act. The bigger the perceived threat, the more anticip action. For example, person records. Small, positive politeness. Bigger, negative politeness. As you might say that small, positive politeness, bigger, negative politeness. What does it mean? No one. The bigger perceived threat, the more the redressive action. Okay. For example, now on you may watch on record. For example, you have your friend, maybe you may see watch on record directly. But small, for example, I mean a small threat to other people. Maybe your action, they have a small threat, or can say minimize the threat to the other people. You may use positive politeness. And then bigger is negative politeness. Even bigger is off record. Terribly biggest, don't do the act. Okay, this is the based on the Brown-Levenson. Okay, this is the model of the Brown-Levenson politeness theory in his book. Okay, for example, do the peace-threatening act and don't do the peace-threatening act. What does it mean? If you want do the peace-threatening act, you have two options. You might choose on record or off record. If you choose on record, Brown-Levenson also offer two options you might choose: without regressive action, bodily, or with regressive action. Okay, if you choose the regressive action, Brown-Levenson give it as two options again. You might choose positive politeness or negative politeness. So they have many options to choose. So if you want to do the peace-threatening act on record or off record, if you want on record, you might choose two options. But if you choose the regressive action, also you have two options again to choose: positive politeness and negative politeness. However, if the bigger and very big the threat, please don't do peace-threatening act. It is you may check is don't do peace-threatening act. Okay, this is the model of the politeness theory based on Brown-Levenson. Okay, you should understand well here, because positive politeness and negative politeness is the best on the Brown-Levenson categories of the politeness. And then, and then if you use do pretending act by off record, you don't need to have option. Why? Because off record is very polite in certain cultures. However, on record, you might choose. They have two options. Okay, everybody. And then later on, we're going to talk about the PES, what the PES itself based on the Brown-Levenson. But one thing that a PES mean is you should have respect. You have respect to others. They have self-image. So this is the PES mean. Okay, self-image. Okay, later on we will discuss much about this. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. See you next week, and then